Cart. I'm Michelle, and today I'm going to be doing some free readings for you. Um, we're just going to see what happens in terms of the readings. So I think today I'll be doing 3 readings so you can um, kind of figure out which one resonates with you. If you've landed here on this reading, then there's something that resonates with you. Otherwise, you wouldn't have landed here. So you're welcome to either pick 1, 2, or all 3 of the readings and see what resonates with you. So please do always listen to your own intuition and do your own research before you listen to anybody else. And because these are collective readings, I'm going to say go ahead and take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. What resonates your feelings. You're going to pay attention to your thought process. You're going to pay attention to your body, and something in the reading will make you think, this sounds like me, or the situation will pop into your head, what it's referring to. You might get this tingly feeling all over you when you're listening to it. So you pay attention to you, and that's how you know if these readings are for you or not. If you're watching on Facebook, thank you for coming. I'm going to add some products to the cart down at the bottom. So if you're interested, the first product that I entered for you is the Seance in the Cellar event, which is Friday, November 28th. This is an in-person event. So if you are not available in person, you would not purchase this ticket. This is held at CLE Urban Winery in Cleveland Heights, Ohio. If you are available to attend, that would be great. You can just, if you're watching on Jatango, just go to the bottom, click on the Seance in the Cellar description down at the bottom of your screen, and you can click add to cart. When you click add to cart, make sure that you click on local pickup, which means you won't be charged a shipping fee. And then remember to check out. When you check out, I will receive a notification that you purchased a ticket. You will not receive a physical ticket, but I will have your information. So when you come, I will see that you've purchased a ticket, and we'll just check you off, or tickets if you purchase more than one. If you purchase a ticket and you can't make it for that day, then I do this the last Friday of every month at CLE Urban Winery, always in the same place, always the same day, the last Friday of the month, and the time is 7 to 9:30. So you can get there a little bit before 7. You can bring some food with you if you want to. There's great wine that's available to purchase, and you don't have to do any of that if you don't want to. And then we do a collective group reading. A seance for me is not something that's scary. It's just something that's fun. And it's interesting because when you get a whole group of people together, then the energy really starts getting a lot louder, and it's really interesting to see who comes through. And you can talk to your loved ones that have crossed over. There are card readings that are involved also for everybody who comes. And so that you can ask for somebody that you want to talk to also, if there's somebody who's crossed over and you're wanting to talk to them, because that's just the way that I look. That's the way I work. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, so there's that available for you. Also, during this live, I'm going to add some readings to the cart, to the carousel, and you can purchase during this live a 1, 2, or 3 card reading. A 1 card reading is $5. A 2 card reading is $10. 3 card reading is $15. A 4 card reading is $20. And when you go ahead and purchase that reading, if you're watching on Jatango, it's going to be at the bottom of your screen. You just click on whichever reading you'd like to purchase. It'll add it to your cart. and then you click on local pickup because we don't want to charge you a shipping fee, and then you go ahead and check out. I'll hear a little ding, and then I need you to write in the comment which type of reading you purchased, and how many cards, and if you have a question. Oh, hi, Jessie. I'm so happy to see you too. I miss you, girlfriend. I hope that I see you on the 28th. That'll be really fun. So, and I want to come back to the studio. It's the holidays and, everything that's been going on. I've been working a lot. So I'm excited. I'm so excited that you're going to be there. It's going to be so much fun. So if you're watching on Facebook and you're interested in purchasing either a Seance in the Cellar ticket or one of the readings that I will deliver during this live, then you would click on at the bottom of this post. You'll see a little thing that looks like a link, kind of looks like this. You'll click on that. It'll take you to Django. You enter your create an account, password, email password, and then you'll go to your cart. Make sure you check out. Again, it's going to be local pickup because you're not receiving any physical item at this point. And then, I'll either see you at Seance in the Cellar or I will do a reading for you here live. Okay, I'll go over that again a little bit later in the show. So I'm going to do 3 readings today, and I am going to read from a book. I have a couple new decks for you today. And I've started doing a little meditation. I did a little meditation before this, so I'll talk about what I was getting. But the first deck that I'm going to use is called Tarot of the Hidden Realms by Julia Jeffrey and Barbara Moore. Okay, these are, they look like elves and fairies. They're really beautiful cards. This is a tarot deck, but it's an unusual tarot deck. It has different pictures in it, and I'm an intuitive reader, so I look at the pictures and I feel into what the pictures are wanting me to say to you who's watching, either now or later. So they are traditional tarot cards, so these do have the 4 suits, and they do have the numerical and face value of the 4 suits of regular tarot, but because they're a little bit different, they have a little bit of a different message. So I am going to be using this book, and the first thing I did was I drew 3 cards. I don't know what they are. They're upside down for me, and I'm going to turn them over, and then I'm going to look in the book to see what it says in the book, and this is how you're going to know if this reading is for you. So each reading will start with a different one of these cards. So the first reading, and I have additional cards too, so we'll get in depth. The first one is King of Pentacles, but it's upside down. So if this is you, or this is someone that you are dealing with, this will be your story. I'm sorry, I need my glasses. So we're going to do King of Pentacles. Give me one moment to find the King of Pentacles. Okay, divinatory meeting. This card represents someone who is practical enough to have created a comfortable life for themselves. They understand and appreciate the finer things in life. They also have a generous and tender heart and are willing to welcome others to share their hearth and table. Their years of experience have taught them to combine generosity with common sense. They will certainly share their meal with you, but while enjoying the fine repast, they will help you make a plan to make sure your own larder is always full. They ensure that they have both physical resources and knowledge. No one leaves their home hungry. No one leaves without the hope of securing their own future. Okay, so if this reading is for you, this is either you or someone that you're dealing with. And this would be you if you're inviting people into your home, if you're sharing the wealth with other people, if you've established a good life for yourself. And wealth doesn't necessarily mean just money. If you're lending an ear to a friend or family member, or you're inviting them over because you know that they're feeling kind of out of sorts, and you're really wanting to help them get back on track, this could be you. Or if you're in need of this and somebody is in your life that's doing that for you, then this is talking about your situation. So I'm looking down, and the next cards that I'm going to use are called Greatness Quest, cards for inspiring greatness. These are created by Sagara Sanchez Reynoso and Howard Glasser. You can check out Howard Glasser's wonderful Nurtured Heart approach. That's a great way to talk to your children or to do teaching. Interestingly, so I shuffled these cards, and the very first card I got was no. So it says, I have a growing comfort in voicing my no to myself and others in keeping with my inner guidance. This has not always been easy. I've had to rise to the occasion of listening deeply and with greater acuity to my heart in order to clearly hear this guidance. I can now say no to the face of conflicting inner and outer voices, and I can now use the energies of those differences to further grow into the clarity and absoluteness of my no. My new, clearer than ever no is more loving than a guilt-ridden, dirty, or shameful yes, by far. My newest version of no are acts of love. Okay, so this says to me immediately what I'm feeling is if you've been really generous to people and you're feeling like maybe you've been taken advantage of, or maybe people want more than what you're willing to give, you're seeing that someone maybe is not taking ownership of doing things for themselves. This is urging you to put boundaries on what you're giving, okay? If you're experiencing this with someone else in terms of you're the person who's in need, this is urging you to start taking ownership for yourself. And this is kind of explaining to you if that other person has been saying no to you. This could be why they're saying no to you. This is for you. It's not against you. It's not against you. It's for you. It's for you to come into your own, to gather your own power. And this is for you even if you haven't thought that you were contributing to somebody else, and then you see that somebody is taking things from you, taking energy from you, taking ideas from you. This is time for you to say, no, that's enough. You don't get to do that. And you need to put up your own boundaries for your own self-love. Now, these next cards are past life cards by Doreen Virtue. I don't think these are in print anymore, and by Brian Weiss. And I will tell you, Doreen Virtue no longer does cards. And Brian Weiss, if you read a couple of his books, he's amazing. He's a doctor. Hi, Argellery. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Dr. Brian Weiss, he's written a book called Many Lives, Many Masters. It was life-changing for me. It was such an incredible book. And it is about past lives. It's incredible. If you read it, you'll see that this is a very scientific thing, of course, because energy animates our bodies, and energy can't be created or destroyed. So if you think the energy that's animating your body hasn't been in a different body before, hasn't been experiencing different situations, maybe you're right. It's possible. It's possible. But many of us have energy animating our bodies that has information from different lifetimes. So we're going to see what information, what lifetime is affecting you in this lifetime. This is male-female. So this may have been a male-female relationship. You may be a male this lifetime, but had been a female before, or a female in another lifetime and a male this time before. And this is also about masculine and feminine energies. Let me get some more information. Love life. Oh, is this somebody that you're involved with? This person could have been someone that you were involved with in a previous lifetime. Thank you for the little jingle that tells me somebody added something to their cart. Whatever you're adding to your cart, please choose local pickup, because all of these things do not include shipping. You don't need shipping. Please remember to check out. If you're purchasing a reading, then please write in the comments how many card purchases you read. Hi, Gina JJ. How are you? Thank you for coming on. Again, if you've purchased something, then make sure that you do continue to check out on Jatango and choose local pickup. Hi, Maureen. Oh, nice to see you too. Oh, I feel so loved right now. My friends are here. So continue on and continue. Trust and faith. And I feel like there's another card behind this. Boy, it was really stuck. Unrequited love. Okay, I understand now. So perhaps this is happening with the person that you're dealing with because in a past lifetime, you were significant others to each other. And maybe one of you couldn't or didn't return the other's affection. So there's something about giving. You keep giving in hopes that it'll change something, but it's not going to. Oh, great. 3 cards just purchased. Okay. As soon as I finish this reading, I'll be with you. And thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. And please write down if you have a question, right in the comments. You don't have to. You can say no question and we'll see what it has to say. But this first reading is for you if you are, and it's saying that if you're giving to get something, that's not really coming from the right place. That's coming from a place of codependency. And if you're expecting someone else to take care of you, maybe they didn't take care of you in a previous lifetime and you're giving them another chance. Maybe it's karma. So you're experiencing where you said no to them and now they're saying no to you. But in the end, everything is always for you. Have trust and faith that everything is for you, and develop your own self-love. And so the last card that I'm going to draw for this reading is a Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle. And this is by Lorraine Anderson and Juliet Diaz. And when I was picking this deck, I felt like, okay, so witches have traditionally been seen as something not good. But that's not necessarily the truth. So I'm going to say also, if this first reading is for you, and you are saying no to someone because they remind you of someone else, just double check and make sure that the attributes that you're assigning to the person who you're helping, that they actually have earned those attributes, and you're not just looking at that from a lens of looking through the past, if that makes sense. Okay, so the card that I get for you is Solstice. This is the Yule Witch Tarot. All hail the cunning truth in which it burns deep within root. Rise above the ashes and claim the gods are awaiting your glory, your name. Yeah, this is talking about rise up to be who you were meant to be. Hey, Michelle, it's Jordan. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Jordan. Thank you for joining. Solstice, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is divine. So this is all happening. Again, it's happening for you. This is for you to determine where your boundaries are so you can discover more self-love. This is happening for you. If somebody is telling you no, they're working to empower you, okay? They're working to empower you so that you can experience more self-love. So I guess this is just a reading to kind of let you know why things are happening. Excuse me, they're not working against you, they're working for you. Okay, Gina, so you just purchased a 3-card reading. You're welcome whenever you're free. I could really use a reading from the Tarot Guru. Well, come to the seance in the cellar. Let's do it then. You can stay a little after and we'll do something privately. I don't really want to do it on here for you. Okay, I'm excited that you'll be there. Okay, Gina, do you have a question or would you just like to see what comes up? I'm feeling unfulfilled in my current relationship. He's not stepping up. I need a manly man, a leader in a relationship with my partner. I want to end it soon. Also, I'm going to move on to be in a leadership role where a job offer was offered to me this week. Are you going to move on to be in a leadership role? Well, let's see. Okay, this card comes up, want and need. It's so interesting because I was just thinking that. What do you want and what do you need? So let's see what this has to say for you. I am the greatness of knowing what I want and weaving in what I need. My wants always lead me to awesome discoveries, and they often lead me to what I need. They're an organic part of my navigation system. The loving universe opens up to me realities as I own my wants as a flow of guiding input. Oh, you're very welcome. My clarity is that my wants are a gift to the world, that they set my service to the world in motion. Wants are my current clarity, and they lead me to my next steps of clarity. So think about what you want, and if this aligns with what you want. Wants affirm that the universe is readying for me. A want is a first step in a playful and surprising collaboration with the universe, a continual journey back to my yes, where I walk the path with the left foot of my want and then the rebalancing right foot of what I need. I don't take a single one of these steps without support from the corresponding energies of the universe. My clear no to one thing always translates to a corresponding clear yes to something else. I'm the greatness of trusting that the universe is benevolent, that it gives the most delicious offerings, opportunities, and gifts, always perfectly designed for the highest good. I'm living that greatness. I'm the greatness of knowing what I want and weaving in what I need. So this is talking to you about you knowing the difference between what you want and what you need. So you say that you need a manly man, a leader in a relationship, and you want to end it soon. So is that really a need? Do you actually need that? Or do you want that? You want that. Both are good. So what this card is telling you is that your wants are directing your flow. Your wants are directing where you're meant to be going. And am I going to move on to be in a leadership role where a job offer was offered to me this week? I need answers. Let's see about that one. What happens if she moves into that leadership role? I think you've already got your answer with your partner. I'm going to say, though, make sure that when you see your partner, you're seeing your partner from, I feel I need it because I'm always the leader in relationships. Oh, girl, I understand that. Well, if you're the leader, then you don't need it, but you definitely want it because you'd like somebody that's your equal. I can totally understand that. You're tired of coming to your own rescue, I feel. I always initiate and take charge. I'm tired. I understand that. I would say definitely talk to him and tell your partner you want him to step up. Give him encouragement that he can step up. And also examine yourself, because if he steps up and does this, are you willing to follow? Ooh, I got goosebumps all over me, girlfriend. Are you willing to follow? You need to trust that he's going to lead you in the right direction. And if he steps up, are you willing to trust? Are you willing to go in that direction? If you're not, then there's nothing left for you there except to do some self-examination as to where you've been let down in the past. So, excuse me. All right. What happens if you, yes, as long as he is consistent, that is true. Well, if he's consistent, he'll be consistent when he receives praise and when you give him positive feedback for what he's doing. But if he tries to lead, if he starts leading and you go, no, that's dumb. I don't want to do that. I'm not going there. Then he's not going to do it. You know, I'm willing to trust. Okay. Then I would tell him that you trust him, that you know that he's a leader and that you're wanting him to step into his power and you're willing to follow him. And if he's not going to lead you, then you're going to go on your own journey, you know, and see what happens. So this is what I got for you for your Knight of Swords. This tells me that this is a mind with your advance. This is something for your mind. It involves doing with your mind. 10 of Wands. You can finally put your burdens down. And the Blasted Birch, this is like the Tower card. It's going to create some major changes. See, if you don't think it's in him, you already don't have confidence in him. So it's not going to work. You know? Is that accurate, though? You need to determine that for yourself. Are you assigning him attributes that really belong to someone else? That he is just living in the shadow of? Or is he really able to do it? If you don't think it's in him, you know what? Whatever you're thinking, that's what you're going to find. So it won't be in him. This is really about adjusting your energy. It's not about him, really. It's about you. If you know that this is not the person for you, then it's not fair to you or him to keep holding on to that. If you think that he might be the person for you and you want to see if he would step up and lead, you have to have confidence in him. I read your comment and you don't have confidence in him. So it's not going to happen. Even if he does try to do it, you're not going to go because that's not trusting. And I'm sorry to be so blunt, but this is the truth of the matter. If you don't think it's in him, then it's not. You know, if you do think it's in him, then it is. This new job, it's going to create a major change for you. This is the Tower card. I feel like this job is kind of like an ultimatum for your significant other. This is you stepping up, you filling your need, you doing what you want to do. Yeah, not him. And yes, me, I need to move on. It brings me down to know and see it's not. Well, you know, that's the hardest thing about giving something up or giving someone up. You don't get to give up just the stuff that you don't like. You have to give up the stuff that you do like. And sometimes that's what keeps us in a neutral place where we don't do anything. And, you know, if you've been giving too much, maybe that first reading was for you too. If you've been giving too much, if you've been giving to your detriment, and this is a past life relationship. Yes, you are so right. I receive it. Yeah, if this is a past life relationship where you guys were together and he didn't step up and now here we are again, you already know the answer. And this job is going to create some major changes for you. It's going to create some major changes. I feel like it's going to really empower you. It's going to give you choices. You're putting down your burdens. You've thought this out. You're putting down your burdens and you're creating a change. You're creating a change for yourself. If you keep staying in what you don't want, how do you get what you want? You know, how do you get what you want? And I'd examine this. also. And this is just an intuitive, something that feels very channeled for you. Examine where it comes from that you need someone to lead. Where does that come from? When you're leading yourself just fine. If you're also leading him and you don't want to lead him, then maybe you need to pull back from leading him and let him do it for himself. Let him do it. And also, let him do it. It's for love. Offered to be an executive assistant with a businesswoman, just afraid to leave my current job, but I know I need to accept. See, there's a lot of need words here, but what about want? Do you want to accept? If you want to accept, then do it. Don't be afraid. Come from my dad who passed, who was my leader. Oh, I love that. Yes. But he was also your parent. Dad was a manly man, and he was your parent. Your partner isn't your parent, and you're not their parent either. So I would really assess, what you really want. Your dad is still with you too. He's still with you. He's still leading you. He's still leading you. Are you kidding? How do you think this job came about? He's in it, girl. He's giving you opportunities for yourself. Yeah. Yeah. You have some big changes coming up. All I'm going to say is just decide what you want. Look at the things your partner does give to you. Is that what you want? You're in a leadership position. You lead very, very well. Can you step back? Yeah. Can you step back and let him lead? And if not, then maybe he's not the person for you, but examine the things he does give you. Maybe those are the things you don't give yourself, and maybe that's a good balance. You're very welcome. Okay, so we're going to go on to, and thank you so much for that. We're going to go on to reading number 2, Two of Swords. Okay, this is a different Two of Swords. Okay. We're going to see what this book says about the Two of Swords, because these are very different pictures on this deck. You're very welcome. Okay. Sorry, just bear with me. So this is the second reading. So this second reading is for you if you resonate with the Two of Swords, this card right here. There are different ways of knowing the truth, but the truth is still the truth no matter how you approach it. You may feel like your mind is telling you one thing and your heart another, but they are not. They both wield the same sword, the same truth. Look deeper, and you will see that your head and your heart are in agreement. Then you can relax and take the next step. Yeah, that is what usually trips us up, right? When we're in conflict with ourselves. I mean, when you know. When your heart and your mind are aligned, there's no trouble making a decision, right? And sometimes we think that they're not aligned, but this is encouraging you. If you're facing a decision and you're feeling that your heart and your mind aren't in the same place, and Gina, this may be for you too. If you feel like your heart and your mind aren't in the same place, do a little bit of a meditation and see if your heart and your mind are in the same place. One or the other might need a little bit of a reality check, So, and this is knowing, gosh, look how many no's we're having today. This is knowing and now and no and knowing. This is saying no. Wow. This is a message today. Although I wanted something different yesterday, I honor the now of this moment as my wants lead me in another direction. I honor all the yes of the universe that impacts my newest now. my newest know, my newest knowing. I honor that I am ready for this new now. The universe keeps exquisitely revealing the perfect timing, the perfect is. I am all in. I am the yes of following the trail of breadcrumbs I can easily see. I say yes to opening to the universe's gifts of pointers and signposts that inform my ever-enhancing GPS, even when it means taking myself in an entirely different direction than I originally anticipated. When there is a burr in my shoe, I stop and take a moment, and in that moment, I see the beauty of a rerouting of my course. This yes of openness will often shift, especially as I learn to see the universe's direction for me. As we collaborate in my growing greatness, I'm in concert with my built-in unfolding greatness of yes. So, I mean, enough said. And I'm hearing that song. I think it's a Beatles song. If it's not, you can correct me. But that signs, everywhere signs. They're signs. If you just take a moment, and sometimes we miss it because we're like going so fast, or we're in our head and we're just like, I don't know. And it's mastering the art of the pause. Okay. What if you do know? What if you do know? What if you're just afraid to know? And fear is false evidence appearing real, right? That's one of the little ways you can interpret fear. Something new. It's something new. And oh, look, I got the wild card. Man, it says dream into it that much more, energize it that much more, own it that much more, send it out to your world that much more. Take a chance. Take a chance. Take a chance on you. And tell me, with these past life cards, what might be the reason that we're holding back here? So on this second reading, which you can read 1, 2, or all 3, Native American, and it's upside down. Now I'm going to draw another card. The arts and transportation. So transportation, I feel like this is what's holding you back from moving forward. I'm going to say, with these cards, this is what you're not owning in yourself. The arts and Native American, this group had many things taken away from them. They didn't do anything to deserve that. They had to fight for what was already theirs. And a lot of they ended up losing a lot of it. So if this is a past life where you may have fought for something really hard and you lost it anyway, and so you're fearful of fighting for what you want. And I'm going to rephrase. I'm not going to say fighting, of actually believing, of knowing, didn't that word just come up? Of knowing that this is for you. It's for you. So take it. And the arts, I'm going to say traditionally, the arts, that's creativity. Where it was upside down, where are you stifling your creativity? Hi, wholesalers. Where are you stifling your creativity? You know that you're creative. You know it. All of us are creative. We're creation. We create. We create all kinds of things. So what are you afraid of creating? A change? Well, guess what? Are you afraid of moving forward? But change is going to happen anyway. It's whether you embrace it and you kind of direct it a little bit, or you're at the mercy of it. And this is allowing. Allow the change. It's right on top. Allow the change. I'm going to put that there. And let's see what the Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle has to say about this one. And this is reading number 2. Poinsettia. Boy, this is interesting. The poinsettia, this is, it's number 27, which is the number 9, which means you're at the end. You're at the end of a cycle. Cast the shadows, scream silence at them, dear witch. What lurks inside transforms into the most beautiful of beauty. Yeah. Tell that little piece of yourself that's afraid that you got this. You got this. You've got it. You know? And poinsettias are very powerful flowers. I'm also going to say they're like the flower for December. So December, if this reading resonates with you, you're going to see a massive change. And it's going to be a change in you. You're going to find your voice. You're going to embrace your bravery. You're going to create the change. You're going to say no to the things that you no longer need and that you no longer want, you know? And that's going to lead you to more fun and more playfulness. Lighten the load. This poinsettia was 27. That's a number 9. It's almost over. I got this. Yes, you do. You do. You've got it. I feel like the second reading is for you too. And now let's see what happens in reading number 3. So for any of you who are joining now or who join later, if you join later, the only thing that's available to purchase later outside of this live is the Seance in the Cellar event, which is an in-person event and is at CLE Urban Winery on Friday, November 28th, the last Friday of the month. And it's from 7 to 9 p.m. If you purchase a ticket, make sure that you click on local pickup. I will get a notification. You will not get a physical ticket, but I will get your name. And then when you come in on the 28th, you can just come see me and I'll check your name off the list because I'll have your name on a list. Only do that if you can attend in person. I have some really exciting things coming up though. I want to say I'm looking into a whole line of organic home things and like home goods and clothing and things like that. So that will be on the channel soon. And yeah, and then I'm also going to be posting a class that I'll be teaching called Tuning into Your Sixth Sense. And that'll be teaching you how to use your intuitive nature and how to really bring that online and really learn to trust yourself. So you'll see it here on Jatango. That is coming up. Okay, so the last reading, this is a major arcana card. This is Strength. This is talking to you if you're feeling like you need to be strong right now, or maybe you're feeling a lack of strength right now. I'm going to read what this book says on strength because it's an interesting card. It's a little bit different than the normal tarot cards. And strength is an 8. That's a Roman numeral 8. So an 8 talks about as above, so below. It's the same above as it is below. And remember, this reading is for you whether you're watching it now while we're doing the live or later. And I'm going to say, in a card named Strength, one might expect amazing feats of physical prowess or of defeating foes. In the hidden realm, there is another kind of strength and a specific kind of challenge. We all have our wild parts, aspects of ourselves that have grown careless or reckless or fearful through life experiences that left us wounded, or parts of ourselves that society or individuals have told us are shameful. We deem these parts unlovable and hide them away, but they don't stay hidden, lashing out instead of in surprising ways that we cannot seem to control. Those parts of us have value. This card represents the most difficult kind of strength, the strength to face and love ourselves, to accept and heal, and eventually to integrate so we can be whole again. This journey is ongoing, for just as we heal one wound, another often appears. And a reading this card lets you know that whatever your question, inner healing and forgiveness are all part of the answer. And remember, we said at the beginning, this is for you. Everything that's happening right now is for you. I'm going to say this again. I've said it before. Life is like a yin yang. There's a white part and a black part. And in the black part, there's a little bit of white. In the white part, there's a little bit of black. It all exists in the same moment. So it's where you choose to focus your attention. I'm not saying to bypass grief. I'm not saying to not acknowledge fear. Um, I'm saying there's another side to it. So when you're ready, look for the other side to a challenging situation. And for all of this is about our inner journey. Our inner journey turns out here. We see it all the time. If you don't know what your inner journey is, look what's happening. Look what's happening in your life. Are you being called to be a leader? Are you being called to clean out things that you no longer need? Are you being called to set your boundaries? Are you being called to stop over giving? And look, I don't even have to, I love these cards. These cards, again, are Greatness Quest cards for inspiring greatness. And this is by Sagara Sanchez Reynoso and Howard Glasser. These are beautiful cards. So the card that goes with reading number 3 is Embracing My Love and Light. And I'm going to read this to you today. I am the power of embracing the love that lights up my path. I am transforming the shoulds into the shalls. Oh, I love that. Standing resolute in my absolute yeses, along with my absolute nos, and reaching further toward my absolute clarity. I'm letting that resolution transform my life by embracing my love and light. I keep refining my yes and no, and this inevitably leads to the next levels of clarity. I am the greatness of refining the clarity and grace with which I live. I endlessly refine the love and light that I keep choosing to carry. I am never not choosing, and so I choose clarity. That's true. You're always choosing. You're always choosing. It's when we believe that we're not choosing. That's a lie. You're always choosing. So what are you choosing? I am the greatness of shining this yes at any given moment. This is reflected by the way I show up and the level at which I show up. I am the greatness of being activated and mobilized. I am transforming the shoulds into the shells of my heart, guiding my path. Yes. Yes, this is the strength. The strength. There's something people have said, and I just stop shoulding on yourself. What is should? Should is very shaming. I should have. Well, if you're saying you should have, it means you didn't. And if you didn't, then that was just the way it was supposed to be. That was your gift. Whether good or bad, judge it good or bad. That was your gift, right? And then let's see what past life is in influencing this in your life. Phobias. That's fear again. Fear in a past life. Persecution and inquisition. Ooh, maybe embracing your own power got you something not good. It's interesting that we have the Witch's Yule today because, a lot of witches were just people who embraced their own power. And people in power didn't like that because if you have your own power, ain't nobody got power over you. And some people don't like that. Too bad. Too bad, so sad. Embrace your power anyway. And forgiveness. Yes, this involves forgiving those people. Forgiving those people who wanted to squelch your power. But that's also forgiving yourself. Where have you wanted to squelch your own power because you were afraid of it? Forgive that part of you. Where did you not own who you really were because you were afraid of not being accepted? Where did you not express your ideas because you were afraid people were going to, make fun of them? Those are not your monkeys, not your circus. So this is forgiving all those people who have done that. And this is also forgiving yourself. You realize what this is all saying. We're all one. So everybody in your life is reflecting something to you. And Buddha knew this. That's a very Buddhist thing when you realize that aspects of yourself are reflected in your situations. And when you can see them all with compassion, now that does not mean that you have to stay in those situations. When you can see them with compassion and say, I lovingly release you from this position in my life, I'm going to go my own merry way. I forgive you for not seeing my greatness. I'm just going to see it for myself. I appreciate you giving me that insight that this is my thing to do for me. That, like I said in a different video, self-love is the only thing that we need to solve every single problem on the face of the planet. Every single one. Not some of them, all of them. That's it. If we all had divine self-love, I'm talking about self-love like, you love yourself, you treat yourself with respect. And then when you treat yourself with respect, you treat others with respect. It's not an egoic love where it's just me all the time and heck with everybody else. Sometimes it might need to be that, but it's really having self-respect. And love and respect are, we have two separate words for them in the English language, but they go hand in hand. Ringing the bells. Ooh, I already know I'm going to like this card. This is the Yule Witch Tarot. This is Ringing the Bells is what you get for this third reading. Ring thy bell to cast them out. Ring thy bell and dance about. Swirl the sounds amidst the winds. Nowhere to hide, for all will ring. And now, of course, my clock is chiming. I love that. This is the number 30. 3 is a very divine number. It's saying that you're co-creating with yourself. Do you know that Ring Your Bell? You know that song? I'm not going to sing, but that You Can Ring My Bell. I'm dating myself, but look it up. It's fun. This is just being true to who you are. Ring your own bell. Sing your praises. Even if you do it just for yourself, it reminds me of that movie that says, every time a bell tolls, an angel gets its wings. It's a wonderful life, right? That's it. It's a wonderful life. And this is for you. Just know it is a wonderful life. If you create it that way, if you make it that way. And I'm not saying that there aren't hardships that you might have to endure because you decided to come here for this human experience, just like we all did. We're in this together. So you can reach out to your friends. And now we're right back to the beginning, to the very first card, which I love. I love how this all came full circle. This King of Pentacles, providing value for yourself, providing a safe place, making sure that you have what you need and what you want. And then this card is just staring at me, this loving presence card. And I'm going to read this to you. It says, I now know that at the bottom of all energy and all my energies is love, and that my presence is my current energy of love. This energy of love manifests in relation to all I do and say in this world. I'm being the greatness of loving and appreciative presence. I bring this in ever sweeter levels to all my interactions. I do this through increasing clarity about my no, what I don't want to give presence to, and through my yes, what I do want to appreciatively love and honor. Through this knowing, I'm so much clearer in navigating my world. Through this knowing shines my love, caring, true nature. And the great discernment I apply to give my energy to what my heart desires. I am the greatness of discernment, clarity, and a loving heart. I am the greatness of loving presence. Yes, you are. You're the greatness of loving presence. And I do appreciate all of your presence here today. And if you come later, I appreciate your presence when you happen upon this. Thank you so much. If you are interested in purchasing a Seance in the Cellar reading. If you're watching on Jatango, just click at the bottom of the carousel, Seance in the Cellar, and when you check out, make sure that you check local pickup and finish checking out, and I will get your name. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Jesse. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate you. And I will be here again next Friday from 12:30 to 1:30. Can't wait to see you. I know, I'm excited to see you in person. 12:30 to 1:30. I will be here next Friday and every Friday after that and doing live readings. I really appreciate you. And let's see, let's pull one last card for everyone. I really loved the Loving Presence card. Your last bit of advice is flexibility. I'm not going to read it this time, but I'm just going to say, be flexible, you know. Thank you, Gina. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hoped that these readings helped you today. Definitely take what resonates with you, and you can let go of the rest. This is talking about being flexible. It's like bending with the wind. If you're not going to break, but bend a little bit so that you can see where things go. Be flexible. Go with the flow. It's so hard when you're swimming upstream. Isn't it so hard? Sometimes that's just not the way to go. You may end up there anyway. You're always going to get to where you go. You're always going to get to where you're meant to be. Whether you take the direct route or the scenic route, I don't know. I feel like we're conditioned to believe that the direct route is so much better. Is it though? Is it? What if they bring positive energy? It's always something that helps me and stays with me. Oh, thank you so much. That's exactly why I love doing what I do. And I greatly appreciate your comments and your presence being here. So with flexibility, I'm going to say thank you guys all so much. Much love to you. And I will see you next Friday.